Oh, this is that beautiful time of year when you get to enjoy the natural sunlight coming through your kitchen window later and later into the evening. The days are getting longer and we all can relish that beauty. But if you are in the category that I am, or part of that enjoyment comes from opening the door, letting the screen door be your entryway in, with that often comes the spring pollens, and so with that comes Ashley Farrar from Maid, because she's here to make the house not be so green. Good to see you.
I know, it's awful. It almost matches these chairs. You can just leave the window open.
My front porch is where I'm beginning to notice that I've got this stone on the front porch, and I notice in the grout it's getting yellower and yellower, and no matter how much I sweep, it comes right back. So,
well, and you feel like when you're sweeping, it's almost just like blowing it up and landing on you.
Yeah, well, that's where you come into play, because you know the tricks of the trade, and you always hate to be the bearer of bad news, but part of your advice is be careful opening those windows.
Yeah, if you can leave your windows shut, I know it's beautiful outside, but the second you open that, all that's blowing around outside is suddenly blowing around inside. So especially if you have allergies, you're really doing yourself a disservice by opening the windows.
I had a conversation with Dr. Josh Crowder, optometrist here in town, and he had talked about the allergic eye that a lot of people get, me included, and the itchiness of it all. And one of the things he recommended, I thought about you, was washing your pillowcases.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You want to change your pillowcases. If you're changing your sheets every week, you can change your pillowcases every 2 or 3 days. You can buy them as separates. So like I have 10 pillowcases to, 2 sets of sheets.
Right.
So that'll definitely help, but keeping those windows shut and then giving your house a really good dusting. So I know that we talk about spring cleaning, and really I think that's why, is because all the pollen is everywhere and people can see it. It's not like the white dust, it's the yellow dust.
Y'all can relate a lot to this, I'm sure, because I have a dog and I have a cat. So I vacuum. I have hardwood floors, so I vacuum almost daily if I'm thinking about it, because I just pay the price if I don't. I don't think about my ceiling fans often enough, and I noticed the attachment you brought. I bet they collect a lot of that pollen, don't they?
They do, because they're on all the time, and then people forget to turn them off and clean them. Even when you're cleaning the rest of the room, you kind of forget to look up.
Right.
So if you can turn off the ceiling fans, give them a good dusting, do a lot of high dusting, because the cobwebs are actually going to hold on to that pollen too. So
when I have one of these, and when you use it, I always think I'm going to come off of the blade of the fan with a lot of goop. You don't always see a lot on the fibers, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
Right, it doesn't mean it's not there, and it really is trapping it. So when you take this outside to like beat it up against a rail, you will see all the dust coming out of it. So you really want to get something that's going to grab. And these microfibers, they really do grab. So you can get something that'll trap the dirt. And then you can, back it up with your cloths. So you're going to go top to bottom. So your ceiling fans, your light fixtures, your cobwebs, and then move down to your furniture. So things are going to fall down, so you want to move from top to bottom, if that makes sense.
So you have your vacuum cleaner. I know that it shocked me when you would first tell me. I mean, I know you don't want a full bag in your vacuum cleaner, that I get. But don't you recommend keeping it half full?
Yeah, once you get about half full, you start losing suction. So once you start losing suction, because the air has to pass through the bag or pass through the dirt cup. So you're going to start losing the suction the more full it gets.
Okay.
So the best thing you can do is change your bag often. A lot of people are like, oh, my vacuum cleaner doesn't work anymore. Your bag's probably full. It's just not getting the air suction that it needs. Speaking
of your vacuum not working that well anymore, you really make a good investment if you buy the right vacuum for your family's needs, right? I mean, a dirt devil isn't going to work for everybody.
No, it's not. Like, there's different vacuums for pets. There's different vacuums for hardwood floors. So you really want to talk to the person that you're buying your vacuum from about what your floor is. Or if you're researching online, look at what the description is. If it says for carpet, for hardwood floors, and then think of what type of carpet you have. If the pile, if the fiber is taller, you're not going to want something with a beater bar that spins, because it's going to start ripping your carpet. So you'll want something that just does suction. So there's a lot of different options out there, but what you're going to want to start with is, what is my floor?
Gotcha.
What am I vacuuming?
Do you like a bagged vacuum versus a bagless vacuum? Does it matter?
You know, as long as you're changing them often,
Okay.
it shouldn't matter. I like the bags because you can take the bag out, throw it away, put a new bag in, done and done. With your dirt cups, you really do need to empty it out, clean out the dirt cup, and then put it back. And I think a lot of people miss out on that cleaning it out part.
Right.
They empty, snap back and go. But really, you do need to clean it out to make sure you're getting the rest of that dirt and mold. And if you've vacuumed up anything with any moisture,
Right.
it's gonna start to clog in there and stick.
Yes, I've experienced that. Okay, so
She goes, yes.
I processed that for a minute. And because you mentioned how, you start with your ceiling and then your corners and then on down, and when it gets on your furniture, you do want a wand, we have a minute left, but to be able to vacuum your upholstery.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got great upholstery cleaners. A lot of your smaller vacuum cleaners will come with different attachments. So this one came with, it came off. This one came with, something that we can clean our upholstery with. This softer end is great for blinds, if you want to vacuum off your blinds. And then it actually came with a full vacuum head too.
Nice.
So this has a lot of attachments, and it can actually raise and lower depending on if you're doing hardwood floors or carpet.
Can people consult with you too on a good vacuum cleaner to buy once they're using your service? Can they consult with your staff about the right type of I guess you bring your own vacuum cleaner, don't you?
Yeah, we bring everything we need. So if you're calling us, you really shouldn't need anything.
Okay.
But there are people that, need to do some maintenance in between.
Right.
If we're only coming every 2 weeks.
Right.
And you have pets or children.
Exactly.
we're not the last person to vacuum and the first person to vacuum when we come back.
You were very gracious with my dumb moment there about you bringing your own vacuum. Here's where you'll find them: mollymaid.com, 892 Maid. She's very smart, knows what she's doing. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.